Occupy Santa Barbara rocks. Okay. I don't rock though, so I have to get used to my low-key approach.
Rock? What's up?
Since I'm a teacher, I brought a handout. But there won't be a quiz. I'm a professor of sociology, and if you get one thing out of this talk, it will be my definition of sociology that I tell my students. And that is that sociology is the study of everything. Yeah. Yeah. It's the study of everything. And the first insight of sociology is that everything is connected to everything else. Right. So, therefore, I suppose the message that comes out of that is to occupy everything.
Yeah!
Woo! But it'd probably be enough if we occupy planet Earth, which is the title I put on today's workshop. And perhaps we need to learn about everything as well. And that does seem like quite a lot to do, but because everything's connected, you can start anywhere. And so I think the way I look at the world today is that obviously it's in a mess that is a series of interconnected crises. And the Occupy Wall Street is one big part of that. That refers, I think, to the crisis of, well, the global economic crisis, really. The two other big things that I think are connected that kind of make up a system which we could call Earth in crisis is U.S. militarism generally, and U.S. foreign policy as sort of the most ugly embodiment of militarism, I think, in my lifetime. I'm 56. I know, I look younger. The third big piece of it is climate change. And I was so pleased to see in New York, Occupy Wall Street made a day of it a couple days ago to identify the problem of fracking right in New York, where you're doing these awful new techniques to take oil and natural gas out of the soil with the two awful maybe more than two awful side effects. Someone gets rich from it who shouldn't. It pollutes the world because it ultimately gets into the groundwater and people then get awful cancers. And this is happening all over the US. And the doc to see on that is Gasland, of course, which really, it's kind of a home video, but it really shows what it's doing to people all over. And I was quite amazed to see that the same thing's happening in New York City. And pleased to see Occupy Wall Street get right on top of that, because they're right over it. The other big movement around that is the tar sands movement that sort of preceded Occupy Wall Street in August. Many Americans came and protested for 2 weeks in front of the White House, and a number of them got arrested on purpose every day. And what they're trying to prevent is the building of a 1,700-mile pipeline from the tar sands of Alberta, Canada, straight down the middle of the U.S. to the Gulf of Mexico to carry tar sand oil, some of the dirtiest oil imaginable, with again the potential. James Hansen, who's the leading sort of climate scientist in the world, works for NASA, but he's a good guy. He's on our side. He said if they take all the tar sand oil out of the ground, it's game over for the environment. And he knows the details of that. He knows how much carbon dioxide that's going to produce, and where the tipping points are. So for me, these three big crises make Earth in crisis. The global economic system, climate change, and militarism. And Occupy Wall Street, Occupy everything, Occupy Planet Earth is really the antidote to that. So we're doing really good. Really, really good. Yeah. That's half of my talk.